Hi, Don Kennedy again with ProMaster Home Repair and Handyman of Cincinnati. Lately, we've seen a rash of homeowners experience water intrusion from poorly installed windows. So today's topic is warning signs that your home has a serious window leak. So in this video, I'm going to point out some warning signs that you should be looking for that indicate a serious window leak, and I'll actually use pictures from recent client homes. Next, we'll talk about why you should take immediate action to resolve the leak. And we'll actually walk through a case study with you and show you how your home repair professional should diagnose and repair a window leak to prevent future water intrusion. So in this first picture, you can see peeling paint on the interior of a wood windowsill. Now there could be several causes for this, but bottom line is we have water where it should not be, and it's beginning to destroy the paint and rot the wood in that windowsill. So if you see that, that could be a problem. Along with this, peeling paint on the interior wall near a window. You see how the paint is starting to bubble up and wrinkle? This is a sign that we have a serious amount of water coming in from that window behind the wall. Or if you see something like this on the exterior of the window, rotting wood, deterioration of the wood frame, clearly this is letting water come inside and damage the windows below it. A lot of work to repair this. If you see this, you have a serious window leak and problem that needs to be resolved right away. So does any of this look familiar? If so, don't panic. A good home repair pro can isolate and eliminate the source of the leak, then repair the water damage. But time is of the essence. Otherwise, mold can grow and wood rot will develop. Drywall and insulation will be damaged. We can even see electrical problems and structural issues as a result of neglecting such intrusion of water. Catching these problems early can save you thousands of dollars later. So now the moment you've all been waiting for, a real-life case study to illustrate to you how this plays out. We're going to look at an 8-year-old home in Amelia, Ohio. It's a pretty typical tract home, very common here in the Cincinnati area. The rear of the home is all vinyl siding, has second-story great room windows, beautiful architectural feature, but prone to leaking. And this home has been leaking since it was new, and the builder was really unable to solve the problem. And this nice homeowner was reporting to us that even her neighbors were having similar problems. Now, I can't tell you who built this home because I don't want to create enemies unnecessarily, but it was built by a major regional home builder that many of you are familiar with, and maybe even live in one of these homes. Here we're looking at the inside of this woman's home, and I pointed to the 3 windows she was complaining were leaking, and it was damaging all of the drywall around these windows. Now, in many cases, a typical home repair guy might say, hey, we'll fix the drywall and then seal all the windows with caulk on the outside, right? And that might sound like a reasonable solution, and in many cases will help. But the real answer is no. We need to do a leak test in this case because we have damage on 3 levels of windows here, and we really need to determine where the water is coming from. Now you may ask, Don, well, we already know the windows are leaking. Why would you want to spray more water at them? Well, we need to know why the windows are leaking, and that often only comes by disassembling certain parts on the exterior of their home and find out what is going on underneath. So here you see a picture as we've cut away some of the siding and sheathing, and you can already see the window rot and some of the water getting in and some of the problems that are being caused here. This is not something a simple tube of caulk can correct. Now here's a better angle to illustrate what I'm talking about here. Notice that the windows are improperly flashed. Now remember, flashing is just material that helps shed water away from where water should not be. Sometimes flashing is made of metal, sometimes it might be a synthetic fabric material, sometimes it might be a more plastic or rubbery type material, okay? Don't worry about that. But the idea is that when windows are installed against a house, there has to be some mechanism to shed the water away from where it joins the home so it doesn't get inside. In addition, you'll notice there's no house wrap on the exterior of this home on top of that board. That's called OSB. If you've ever seen a home being built, you'll know that before it gets sided or bricked, there's that plastic-looking stuff that has some, logo on it or major manufacturer on it, like Tyvek, or, each home improvement store tends to make their own. It almost looks like the house was gift wrapped, ready for Christmas. That goes on underneath the siding so that if any water gets behind that siding, it won't reach the wood. So there's none installed on this house. So as a result, we have damaged wood, drywall, and insulation, and this is causing mold growth inside the home and a whole lot of homeowner frustration. Now here's a close-up shot of the damage so you can see in greater detail what has occurred here. The sheeting is completely rotted out. You can see some additional wood deterioration and rot around these windows. The drywall and framing inside the home is growing mold. Here you can see the drywall. So completely destroyed, a lot of damage, and the mold growth certainly presents a health concern for the family living inside. So if you suspect a window leak, here's what I want you to do during the next rain to note as much information as possible to help your home repair pro properly diagnose and resolve the problem. Ask yourself, does it always leak, or does it just leak during a heavy rain? Do the windows leak when there's driving rain from a particular direction, or again, does it leak anytime it's raining outside? How long has it leaked? And was there any event near the time the leak started, like a storm, or a lot of ice that you had, or wind, etc.? Has it gotten worse, or has the leak remained the same over this period of time? Have you tried anything to stop it before? And if so, did that work? And also, if you can get this information, find out who built your home and when. Thanks for watching. We'd love to hear your feedback on this video or any of the other videos that we've done at the end of this blog page or after the video. And if you need help with a window leak and you're in the Cincinnati area, call us at 513-724-0539. You can check us out on the web at mastermylist.com. And as always, we'd love to be your friend on Facebook, keyword ProMaster Craftsman. Happy remodeling!